All right, part one of rebuilding the Street Fighter. I actually drove my car here, so some pretty big updates. See that box right there? Man, I love this bike. If you don't have a Grom, you need to buy a Grom. So here is the update. Öhlins. If you don't know why we need a new Öhlins fork, that's why. Here are two brand new Öhlins forks from a Panigale V4. I'm gonna assume they work, but I have no idea because the part numbers are actually different. That right there, FL94, whatever that says. That part number is actually different from this, the one that's on the bike. Now I did do some work off camera. I did clean the bike up a little bit. It's not as dirty anymore. But in this video, I'm gonna take these side panels off, the tail light along with the tail fairing. I actually do have a new tail light right there. We're gonna do that. I wanna see if there's any damage to the frame. I'm sure there is no frame damage. I did peek at it, but we'll see. I found the previous owner. I can't get in contact with him, but I found someone who was riding with him when he wrecked the bike. The guy is okay, but he did break 3 of his ribs and a bone in his shoulder. Apparently he was on a group ride and he low-sided into dirt, and that happened. But he is okay, he's recovering. I think this happened 3 months ago, but I'm not sure. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is take this tail light out. I'm gonna take this tail fairing off, and we're gonna get that new tail light in just to see what it looks like. All right, I got this broken fairing off. That can go over there. Tail light should just slide right out. Yeah, should slide right out. I already disconnected it. It should just be as simple as that. Okay, new tail light in. I did a little bit of wiring yesterday. I don't know if I like this tail light, to be honest. This is some aftermarket Chinese tail light. It's got the turn signals on the outside, but I already actually have turn signals in this fender eliminator, so I don't need to use these. I guess it's okay, it'll work for now, but I'm probably gonna go back to OEM. Step 2, we're gonna get these side fairings off, check the frame if it's okay. The problem with today is that I don't have a stand for the bike. The stand is gonna be here on Friday. Today's Wednesday. I have no way of taking the forks off or even lifting the bike up really. The only stand that I have is, you know, that, and this is a single-sided swing arm, so we can't use that. New forks out of the way. Let's get this side fairing off. There are a couple bolts on this side, and then I think it clips on in the back of here. Just gonna pull that off and check real quick. All right, this should just pop out. Yeah, cool. Set that over there. First look at the frame. It looks okay. I mean, this is the side that it didn't have an impact. I think what happened is that the handlebars turned one way and then the wheels turned the other way because it slid in dirt, so it just snapped this fork. I don't think there's anything wrong with the actual frame, but if you can see right there, the triple tree cracked. Not good. So that's all cracked down there. So I've got to get a new triple tree, which I already ordered. Let's take a look at the frame. I don't see anything abnormal. It looks like this is okay. I don't see any cracks, though it could have a hairline crack somewhere. As of now, that looks okay. Let's work on getting this side panel off and let's see what's under here. I said in the last video, but a lot of these parts are carbon. So this is all carbon. This bottom piece is carbon. But it's kind of strange because it didn't have the winglets on it. Okay, and my theory is that it had carbon winglets and someone stole them. Someone from the auction saw that it had the carbon winglets and they probably stole it. That's just a theory, but there are a lot of weird parts missing from this bike. Like the rear mudguard is not there anymore. There's our dent, by the way. The rear mudguard is not there anymore. And I'm gonna assume this was also carbon and probably extremely valuable, which is why someone took it. You can see we have carbon frame covers, these carbon. But let's get this side panel off and let's check what's under here. That just slides off like that. There's actually a company, a brand, DT-Rad. Cool. Carbon, I don't know if I'm going to use that or if I should replace it, but it doesn't look terrible. Maybe that can buff out. I don't know. Next step, let's work on getting this piece off. All right, we got that off. I tried my best to clean everything up with this Windex bottle that I filled up with a little bit of soap and water. And I think it did a pretty good job, but everything's off. The frame looks okay down here as well. Yeah, I don't see anything abnormal. I mean, this is where it slid, so there is some, you know, damage here, but I'm not gonna replace this, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, this is Exactly what I expected. I can't really work on the bike today, I'll be honest. I don't have all the parts. I'm still waiting on the triple tree, which is going to be here on Friday, 2 days from now. Every part to rebuild this bike will be here on Friday. It is currently Wednesday, so I'm going to say by Sunday this week, this bike should be riding condition. I'm also waiting on the front mudguard. I ordered one in carbon just to match the carbon here and on the frame, so we just got one in carbon. But yeah, I guess I really won't know if the frame's okay until I take the triple tree off and the forks, because I can't see too much back here. It looks like it's fine. I can't imagine that what happened would bend the frame, to be honest. Though, I mean, this is a crazy place for the fork to break. Usually forks break down here, not up there. I think I should be okay. If the frame is, for whatever reason, cracked or it has a hairline fracture somewhere, that's going to be a really bad day. Oh, I also have the exhaust heat shield right here. If you look on this side, the heat shield's just missing. So I got a new one over there. Maybe I'll put that on right now, actually. Again, I don't have a stand for the bike, so it's just leaning against the wall, hoping it doesn't fall. But yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do today because I don't have a stand for the bike. So we're just disassembling everything. Toss that over there. Just disassembling everything and assessing our damage. I genuinely don't like this taillight. Like, it's cool because it's clear, but the OEM taillight has the brake light around the edge, and this one has it in the middle. I would have rather like the brake light be this whole outside part instead of that being the turn signal. Have that be the brake light and then turn signal up there, but it's reversed. So a couple other knick-knack things I gotta replace. You know, this clutch lever is no good. The grips are also no good. I looked online, the headlight is $1,000. So we're never gonna replace that. Maybe I'll buff it out. That's not that big of a deal to me. It is a salvage title at the end of the day, so we're just trying to get the thing running now. We'll figure out cosmetic issues later. And when I say running, I don't literally mean running. If you didn't see the first video, the bike's okay. Like, mechanically, this thing runs. Now, what I didn't know, and I'm not sure if it's doing it right now, but what I didn't know is that this bike has what's called cylinder deactivation. So when it's in neutral, I believe it turns off the rear 2 cylinders and only runs on the front 2. I'm not sure if it only does that when the bike is warm or if it does that all the time. If this is what the bike sounds like on 2 cylinders, this is the craziest stock exhaust on any motorcycle. If this bike actually sounds like this, that's insane. But yeah, initial impressions, nothing looks wrong, and you know, maybe that'll change when we start pulling stuff off. This front wheel is obviously holding air and has held air since 3 months ago when it was wrecked, so that's fine. The frame looks like it's fine. The swing arm, not fine. That's a problem, but we'll figure that out. I'm not sure what to do about this chain because I tried to clean it up a little bit, but what I've noticed is that the rollers are rusty. That's probably going to have to get replaced because that's maybe not rolling as smooth as it can. Though this bike only has 4,000 miles on it, so maybe I can clean it up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Quick update on the Streetfighter V4S build. But yeah, I mean, I guess hit subscribe if you want to see more of that because I've never actually ridden a leader bike. So I'm going to get my first impressions coming from an MT-07. It's like David and Goliath, except it's a Honda Grom and a 1100cc Ducati V4S.